The X to the Z for FLD.
My name is Sarah Sauer.
And we're here for you to see
the all-new BMW X6. It is often said that only people with no taste at all would buy a BMW X6. So what can I say about it? I think it's a pretty massive car, a strong car, muscular car, and an aggressive car. And with the new model, I think it is even more aggressive. And why is that? Let me quickly show you around. Starting with the front, what you can see maybe at first sight is that the headlights are now connected with the kidney grille. Talking about the kidney grille, you might already realize that those bars here are spaced wide apart, which makes the front look even more aggressive. And what else did they do? They put in a vertical air intake down there. Not to forget, we have those lines here on the hood. And how do you recognize an X model? By the typical BMW 3i face, meaning you have those headlights here and the fog lights down there. As an option, you can get full LED headlights. Regarding the design of the side, there are two very important factors. First of all, of course, the sloping roof line. It looks like it is chopped off down here. You know, this is like the coupe style. And the other factor is those Zicke lines. They are now split into two lines at the back here of the car, right over the arch of the rear wheel, which makes the car look even more aggressive. Our test car is equipped with a special design package called Pure Extravagance. So what is so extravagant about this model right here? Well, you recognize it by its mirror caps, for example, as there are, like an alloy style, and then you have high gloss black here, high gloss black there, and high gloss black here. Furthermore, we have this air breather here. Every X6 model now has it, but with this design package, it has this alloy application there as well. What else do we have that comes with this design package? The running board down there, and this car stands on 20-inch alloy wheels. Normally it stands on 19-inch alloy wheels. I'm pretty tall, I'm 6 feet tall, and today I'm even taller as I'm wearing heels. But still standing next to this car, it makes me feel, so tiny and lost because baby got back. It is so massive and huge. We have those BMW typical L-shaped rear lights, and they come with full LED as standard. Regarding the exhaust pipes, at least when you drive, powerful engines, they are designed in this rhomboid look. When you drive lower performance engines, then they are just round. The trunk of the new BMW X6 is actually a little bit bigger than its predecessor's trunk. You can fill up to 1,525 liters in there, at least, when you flip back the rear bench. But be aware of the fact that, I don't know if you're very tiny or not very powerful, or if you're having problems with your bag, you have to lift up your things 33 inches high to store it in there. Every time I get into this car, I feel a little like a pocket knife because, I have to flip myself. I have to lower my head so I don't bang against this line here. And then I'm in. So when you finally made your way into the X6, I promise you'll be amazed because the whole interior, it's just beautiful. You have finest leather everywhere, and if there isn't leather, then you have wooden applications and some alloy style applications every now and then. Furthermore, you have an elevated seating position, which gives you a good sight to the head-up display that is in here. And of course, you can look at those displays there and the display of the navigation or infotainment system. And you have this good sight because, this whole area here is a little bit driver orientated, which is typical BMW and something I pretty much like. The 8-speed Steptronic Sport transmission with steering wheel shift pedals comes as standard with the new X6. I often heard that there's not enough space, especially in the back of the X6, but I think now it's time to prove those people with those opinions wrong, because now I'm sitting in the back and I think it's spacious. You can feel and see that this is like a chopped roof line, but still you can see I have enough headspace and even leg room is there. So actually I feel pretty comfortable sitting in the back of this car. And now let's check out what BMW said. It's a car for 5 persons. So I flip this thing here back and place myself into the middle of the car or in the middle of the rear bench. And well, yeah, it is possible to sit here and maybe travel for a couple of miles, 70 miles, 100 miles maybe even. You have an even more elevated seating position. And if I put down my sunglasses, I still have a little of headroom, but I'm fine. It's okay. It's not as comfortable because, the seat here is more harder and not that soft as the seats on the left and the right. But I think it's quite all right. I'm positively surprised. For the United States, 2 engines are offered. There will be the BMW X6 xDrive 35i and an even stronger engine, the BMW X6 xDrive 50i. And this is exactly the car I am driving today, especially for you. And this is powered by a 4.4-liter TwinPower Turbo V8 engine, making 445 horsepower and a maximum torque of 650 Newton meters. Okay, a quick sound check of the V8 before I hit the road. So this is Comfort and this is Sport Plus. Ready, steady, go!
Yeah.
It sounds great when you're in standstill and depress the throttle, but as soon as you start driving, it's a little bit disappointing. And I've driven several V8 engines, and there were cars that were more fun driving them, at least regarding the sound. Talking about fun, for me it is relaxing driving this car in the States. It is so amazing to see, how wide the roads are and how big the cars are here in the States. I'm pretty sure that if you would drive this car in Germany, well, you'd be stressed because our roads, they are, so narrow, it wouldn't be that relaxing at all. But still, I'm impressed by the fact that this car is pretty easy to handle, although it is quite heavy. I mean, it weighs 2.2 tons, but you don't really realize it. So I think the engineers that, were developing this car, they really did a good job. What I like sitting in the X6 and driving it is the elevated seating position, so I feel like I'm, all in control of this car. What I do not like too much is the steering wheel, as it is, very thick, very massive. It just doesn't meet my personal taste. It might be a little uncomfortable when you're driving over, bumpy roads, driving in Sport or Sport Plus mode. But on the other hand, this is just the effect that you have when you're driving a sporty car. And I think this is indeed a sporty car. This is just not, a car for cruising. You can cruise with it, and I think you can do long distance traveling with it. But it is also a car, for dynamic driving.
Several chassis packages can even raise the levels of sportiness. Dynamic package comes with an active roll stabilization and the comfort package with an air suspension at the rear axle and damper control. My test car combines the best of both packages, allowing you to cruise and race. And the name of this package is Professional Adaptive Suspension Package.
So some of you might still be wondering, what's the wow behind the BMW X6? Well, from my point of view, this car is meant to be practical, and this is exactly where it shines. This is a car for people who maybe like to be different, who have a certain style, and this car just sets it apart from everything else.
The X6 xDrive 50i starts at 82,500 euros. But as my test car was fully loaded with design and dynamic packages, the price tag now says 106,000 euros. So at this point I wonder how much you will have to pay for the X6M model. My name is Sarah Sauer. Thank you for watching FLD Tours.
The X to the C for FLD.
X to the Z.
My name is Sauer. I am to see here from Spartanburg for you the X6 and so on.
Baby got back.